came out the first time at the ripe age of 14 in the middle of an intense argument with my parents. You see, at the time I identified as a cisgendered man. I know it's impossible to believe now, but it's true. I did. And I was in a relationship with this girl who lived halfway across the country. Why were we doing long distance at the age of 14? Because we were fucking idiots. We couldn't even drive.
You sat there and you said it was impossible to believe that you were a man back then. You sure about that? Are you sure about that? Are you sure that it's impossible to believe that you're a man? You sure? All right. All right.
But we thought long distance could work. But anyway, we were doing long distance, and one day I was like, Mom and Dad, could I please go see my girlfriend who lives halfway across the country? And they were like, no, Violet, because you're going to go sleep in the same bed as her, and you're going to have premarital sex, and we don't like premarital sex in this household. And I was like, what? Me? Premarital sex? Never! I was totally...
Question: why is it that theater kids are always bad at acting and they're always terrible at it? I'm just gonna call it a theater kid. I mean, to be honest, I was never around theater kids, but I guess this is the closest that I can define this thing. They're always bad at acting, but I guess they're such attention seekers that they seek out theater in their schools. What is this person emulating? Because women don't act like that. Young girls don't act like that. At least not alone. But if you look at the background, what we can see, non-binary is beautiful, pride is an act of resistance. Do you still live with your parents? Because who are you convincing of this? I don't need to see black power. I know I'm black. I don't need to sit there and have a picture of Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and all of this shit to be like, yes, this represents me in some type of which way, shape, or form. Who are you trying to convince of who you are? Besides probably yourself, because you can't convince yourself of that, and that's why you force it on everyone else. Or maybe it's the young impressionable minds on TikTok.
going to go have premarital sex with her. I was lying, but I was like, why me? Never. So we got into this whole argument, me being like, I want to go see her, then being like, no, you can't. Me being like, I'm not going to have sex with her, then being like, yes, you are. So eventually I was like, oh my god, I know how I can win this argument, you guys. Guess what? Guess what? Guess what? I'm bisexual, and I sleep in the same bed as boys all the time, and you never seem to worry about me having sex with the boys, even though I totally could because I'm...
Again, who acts like this? This is actually disrespectful to women. This is disrespectful to women. So when this person literally just said, guess what, how I'm going to win the argument, that's really what this person's whole identity is. That's all that it is. You're not bi, you're not trans, you're just ugly and you're not unique. And so this is your way of drawing attention to yourself, because I guarantee you still like women, and yet you're emulating women. So why not just be gay? You can't even be gay properly. You're more confused than gay. You know what we called these people back in the day? Flaming ones. Well, that's what we called them, flaming. We had a gay friend growing up. We had a couple of gay friends. I'm pretty sure you guys can relate. I've seen gay people avoid flaming ones, right? Because they're too extra. They're too extra. And the reason why is because they're doing it because it's a trend for these people. It's a fad. It's something cool and hip. That's really what this is.
bisexual, so why would you worry about me having sex with a woman, even though she's my girlfriend? And they were like, what does that have to do with literally anything? No, you still can't go see your girlfriend. And I was like, I killed that shit, won the argument, came out, and it's probably the most Virgo thing I've ever done, is like come out in order to try to win an argument. Eventually, I conceded. I was like, fine, I won't go visit the love of my life, who we broke up like a year later, not even a year later, like a couple months later.
Contradiction.
And they were like, oh, okay, good, thank God. By the way, is that stuff about you being bisexual true? And I was like, yeah, it actually is. Surprise! I've known for like a year now, and yeah, I totally like men and women, even though I'm dating a girl. And they were like, I don't...
I tell you, I'm 9 for 10. I'm 9 for 10. 9 for 10. Always. Always. Even when I miss, I hit. Kidding me? So let's get this right. Your parents seem like as though they accepted your bullshit, your delusions. They don't seem like as though they might have been religious or conservative, but they still accepted you. I just want to know which one it is. Please fix it on the contradiction here, the hypocrisy. Which one is it? Are trans kids, as you guys claim, being murdered every day just for coming out to their parents? Are they so much unfair That instead you sat there and you just blurted out that you was queer to get back at your parents. This is exactly what I mean by this whole thing is just a joke to them. It's just something that is cool, and they make this thing their entire identity. You're just vindictive. You're just spiteful. You're just petty. Again, you're not unique. You're not special. You're just the narcissist. Again, your parents seem like cool individuals. They accepted you for who you are, but looking at the background here and the fact that you have to indoctrinate the next generations, seems like as though you still can't get over the fact that you can't convince yourself.
Okay, I guess that's fine. They were actually very, very chill about that. And then a couple years later, I was like, oh my god, you guys, guess what? I'm actually a woman. But that's a whole other story.
Yeah, nah. Nah, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. And this is the reason why when you see these type of people, you need to just ignore them. If they claim and scream that they have a mental health crisis and they want to fit into society, the only people that are not letting them fit into society is themselves. That's it. You don't need to play into their delusions because it's never going to be enough and they're always going to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. And if you're stupid and you play into their game, you're always going to be on the back pedal feeling bad for these individuals because they're trying to convince you to help convince themselves of their delusions. Anyway, I'm Jason of Auglitical. I swim through politics so you don't drown too. I'm just a man trying to bring common sense in a world where common sense isn't so common. I'll catch you guys next time.
Why are y'all voting for Kamala Harris?
I don't want to lose my rights. Like, I'm a trans man and I'm gay and I have been pregnant and I've had an abortion.
Hold the fuck up. Hold on. Hold up. Hold on. You are a trans man, female, turned to a man, but you're gay. So you like men.